Well, hey gang, how you doing? Jonathan here for Tailhunter Sportfishing, and it's time once again for the Mexican Minute La Paz video fishing report, coming to you from La Paz, Baja, Mexico, and all of the fishing action for this past week of the 13th through the 20th of April 2020, and our Tailhunter Sportfishing fleet, of course. Anyway, listen, if you like what we're doing, let me just throw it in. Please don't forget to subscribe if you like what we're doing. We'd really appreciate it. Let's talk about some fishing. I've got to be honest with you. I'm sitting here on the Malecon, and you know, it couldn't be more beautiful. I'm on the second floor of our Tailhunter restaurant right on the Malecon, and I know it's a little washed out, but take a look at this. You know, I gotta be truthful with you. It could not have been better weather and better conditions this past week. It's a little chilly in the morning. I've usually got my jacket on or sweatshirt. My captains have got their jackets on. We've all got long pants on. But if you're a tourist, if you've been visiting this last week, temperatures, maybe the mid to high 50s at night, very, very comfortable. In the daytime, high 70s, low 80s, blue skies, clear skies, great water. It's been flat for the most part, a little bit of wind every now and then, but for the most part, I gotta tell you, it was great. On the other side of that, despite the great weather, you know, I'm usually talking about how bad the weather is during the wintertime, and now we're moving into the springtime, so things are getting better. Well, we've got this great weather, so what happened to the fishing? For lack of a better word, it was really stinky. Earlier in the week, I mean, it was hard work for our captains, hard work for our clients trying to find fish. There was bait. The conditions, as I said, were good, but the fish just got lockjaw. They didn't want to bite. We really struggled hard to find the fish. Waters looked like they might have been a little colder. Maybe some of the winds from last week pushed some of that cold water up. Waters were maybe a little turned over, or maybe, just maybe, it might be that transition time. We are here at the end of April, and usually about this time, the warmer waters are starting to move in, the cooler waters starting to move out. So some of the fish, like the yellowtail bite that we've had the last couple of weeks that have been so good, the Sierra, the Pargo, the Cabria, some of those fish that have been our #1 biters are starting to move out. The yellowtail starting to move out to deeper water. And we're starting to get more of the warmer water fish, and we'll start seeing maybe some Dorado. There's wahoo running around that are not quite ready to bite yet, and we've also seen some marlin and some tuna running around too. So those warmer waters are moving in. I think as we get a little bit more warmth, and as the temperatures of the ocean rise a little bit, I think those fish are going to start going off. But we're in that transition time right now where there's not really cool, not really warm, not really hot, and it's kind of like, here's a good example. You know, when you go to the church festival and you win that goldfish, and you've got to bring them back and put them in the aquarium and let them sit for a while and acclimate. Maybe that's what the fish were doing, because earlier in the week, I mean, I'm not kidding you, it was really tough fishing. I had some guys come down from Loreto because they said the fishing was so bad up there that they wanted to check us out, so they came down and they struggled to catch like 5 bonito. I had phone calls from guys on the East Cape wondering if they should drive up here to La Paz because fishing wasn't so good down there. So maybe it was the whole Sea of Cortez, I don't know, but as far as we were concerned, it was tough fishing the earlier part of the week. Now, as we get to the later part of the week, not that any of the conditions changed, but suddenly the fish loosened up a little bit. We started getting those Pargo, those Cabria. Some of the yellowtails started biting again. We got our first rooster fish finally. It's not that the rooster fish haven't been here, but with the yellowtail and the other species so prevalent, nobody's really been fishing for the rooster fish, but we finally got our first rooster fish this last week. We saw some Dorado, we saw some marlin running around. There was some big Sierra that we caught. Some of the Cabria we caught, I'm not kidding you, they were trophy-sized fish, but this did not happen till later in the week. In fact, most of the photos you're going to see here came from later in the week when we actually could take pictures of fish. So a little strange. Right now, I'm kind of glad we don't have anybody fishing today. A lot of folks we sent back to the airport headed home. We've got more folks coming in tomorrow. Don't have anybody fishing today, but maybe that's a good thing, because behind me here in the bay, and I'm on the second floor of our Tailhunter restaurant on the Malecon, behind me in the bay, it's kind of choppy out there right now, and it's probably going to get a little choppier as the day goes on, as the afternoon breeze rolls in. So tomorrow hopefully is going to be a little bit better. Otherwise, conditions are looking pretty darn good. We're hopeful that fishing is going to get better, and that last week was just a little bit of an anomaly. Like I said, maybe it's that transition time where the cooler water fish are starting to move out and the warmer water fish are starting to move in. So we hope that's the situation. Anyway, that's a quick wrap up on what's going on. Again, Jonathan here for Tailhunter Sportfishing. Hope you're doing well. Thank you for checking in. God bless. And again, please do us a favor and subscribe, okay? We'll see you again next week real soon.